Hello everybody, welcome to another crypto commuting chat. How's this week looking for your crypto bags? How many of them's in the green? Because it looks like the majority of them should be. And now the question always comes back to, is this a bull trap? Is this a bear trap? Is this just a relief rally? And if you guys have been watching me for a little while, you should know I'm pretty hopeful in getting even to the point of confident that this is going to keep going up. I really expected the second half of April till the end of July to be where at least one of the two big alt pushes are going to be. And for reasons I didn't really foresee or couldn't foresee, it's apparently that very likely could be true. And I don't know, hope you guys are getting a little excited about it. I was looking, let's see, just on my altcoins, right? Quant's now up 10%, and that thing tends to hold in place and doesn't really freaking move once it makes a move. See, the render bags have gone up. Bitcoin, I think, hit 97,000 again, which is awesome. What we really need to see is when that crosses over and holds over 100K. Like, the first weekend it goes through and it stays over 100K, we're set. Like, it shouldn't really go under again. You never know what kind of black swan or white swan events happen. I mean, Trump could text anything out there, put a big tweet out, and it changes the whole fucking game again. I kind of hope not, but let's see what happens, right? But after a weekend, if it's staying over 100K, that's going to be a big deal. There was another milestone that was crossed, and it was crypto had hit a full market cap of $3 trillion again. So it's one of those, it's more of a mental big deal than it actually meaning too much. But it's good to see that it goes up that high. We dropped down significantly already this year. Don't hold me this exact number, but I think we went under pretty sure we went under 2.5 trillion. I didn't look to clarify exactly where that was, but to give a little bit better idea of why this is a big deal. Again, just how much money and liquidity is in the market in general, right? And the vast majority of it is Bitcoin. Actually, about 65% of it is Bitcoin. I think it was 64% and change. And Bitcoin dominance lets us know a little bit where we are on the cycle. There's a lot of people will say for altcoin season to happen, Bitcoin has to be down to 45% dominance. And real quick, what that just means is that about 45% of all liquidity in crypto is Bitcoin. It doesn't mean Bitcoin has to drop. I mean, honestly, Bitcoin could actually keep going up and lose dominance. So if it's at now, let's call it 65%, and it's around 95K. Bitcoin can get up to 115K and be down to 50% dominance. How the hell does that happen? Well, it's because money goes into other crypto, right? I mean, if the floodgates open, media starts really pushing all of crypto again, Ethereum goes up to 4 to 5K again. Well, it's just all the other cryptos are taking more liquidity and everything goes up. So Bitcoin dominance, the percentage that's in Bitcoin, could go down while the price of Bitcoin still goes up. And that's kind of expected, at least at the first couple legs of altcoin season. And then people will start selling Bitcoin, theoretically, to put that into Solana, XRP, Ethereum, to get those to pump, and it just kind of goes down the chain. We've got the Fed meeting in May, which last time I saw was 60% chance on a rate cut, which I don't know. I understand it's 10% more than 50-50, but in my head I'm looking at it as a 50-50. I have no idea right now kind of thing. We should get a little bit more clarity in that relatively soon. Man, that would be a good catalyst. I don't think it's going to shove everything all the way up, but it will increase the confidence and put a little bit more money into things. What I think is going to be the big one, and this is what could deny or give my end of July theory of having the big boost, is Trump's 90-day tariff pause. That ends, I believe, July 9th. I think that is the day. So when we get closer to it, like that week, I'm expecting a lot of volatility in all markets, really, because people are going to be making their guesses of what the hell's going to happen, right? Because when that 90-day comes close, if Trump says, well, there's a lot of things he could say, honestly. If let's do what I don't think he's going to do. Doesn't mean he won't. I didn't expect him to come out with like an 8-foot index card saying all the tariffs he was going to give people. But something that could happen is he comes out and says, like, we made a couple of deals. These deals were good. Countries, we talked to them. They like the Bitcoin, crypto Bitcoin. I'm going to drop tariffs on a few countries, and he could just go ahead and unleash. But we're doing full tariffs on Japan, on Australia, on Mexico, on Canada. And he might just follow through with the tariffs of some of the like larger economic countries. I'm pretty confident that there are deals that are kind of made, that are going to be made, and that's not going to happen on a widespread spectrum. But realize it could, right? And if he goes ahead and says, hey, tariffs they're following through with them, that's not going to be great for crypto, or really for any market, to be completely honest. And if it looks like it's going that way, I might look into shorting some things on the market. The option that I think is likely to happen is he's going to come out and say that most countries have made deals. Maybe there'll be a small extension, or not drop the tariffs until certain deals that are already in play get fully recognized. And that should be a pretty good net positive. Specifically if it's some of the larger countries, right? I'm not expecting too much from China. That's the golden child, though. I think we all know that. Really, if it's Mexico, Canada, UK, UE, Japan, those are the ones, aside from China, that really matter. And I suspect that's what's going to happen. And we should have a nice little, again, liquidity boost from all of that. And then just to finish the thought, the biggest thing that would happen is if he comes out and says, even if he mentions no other country, but says, yeah, we made a deal with China. He doesn't even have to give details. I really don't think he will. It's like, made a deal with China, don't have to worry about the tariff plan. That would be the biggest thing. I don't think he's going to come out and say anything like China's completely, we're set, we made a deal, or dropped the tariffs almost completely. That would be awesome. I think that's a little bit too strong the hopium for me. But there's a good chance it's going to be positive. And if so, expect an awesome July into, what's the month after July? August. And then maybe my thought on it having the big alt season, or one of the two, if there's a double top in Q4, Q1, being the end of July, maybe it'll be all of July into the end of September. Because alt season usually doesn't last long, because people get the heck in and then they get the hell out. Whether it's from just taking their money and leaving, or getting burned and leaving. So don't expect it to be a long part of the phase. But I just want to give a quick little market update, because things are looking pretty darn good. And the bigger thing is that's continuing from the last 2 weeks. Right? It's not like this is just a couple of day cool little relief rally. This has been continuous for a couple of weeks, which is what we want to see. Steady incline is usually great signs for an eventual just pop. So we'll see how it goes. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below, and I'll see you guys again soon. Peace.